mga kaibigan. Welcome to In My Toolbox, a weekly talk show for your personal finance here at PHLV Radio. Mga kaibigan, the goal of this show is to give you financial information that you may be able to use on your day-to-day financial decisions. Of course, we will unbox topics that hopefully will be able to guide you and aid you and maybe even add to your financial tools. Okay, so we will tackle important information mostly not taught in school, but of course, we know it's much needed to empower you financially. Again, my name is Enrico Pobre, mga kaibigan. In any idea that will transpire in this show, always consult with your financial advisor, insurance professionals, tax consultants. Ayan naman. Again, Enrico Pobre po, abang lingkod. Malalim na Tagalog yan, ha? Okay, I'm a sales, marketing, and entrepreneur and financial professional as well. And if you want to get in touch with me, definitely you just mainly Google my name, Enrico Pobre. I bet you will not miss me at all right? Otherwise, you can email me at enrico.inmytoolbox@gmail.com. Alright, mga kaibigan. Teka lang, ano bang ating topic ngayon? How not to run out of money. Whoop whoop. All right. Di ba? So how to not run out of money. So, sino ba may pera ngayon dyan? All right. So, think about this one, guys. It's the end of the month and you're running out of money. Again. All right. So sometimes, guys, when you are in that position, it's a hopeless feeling, that scrambling to see which bill you have to pay first or which bill you have to pay later, and scrounging around in the pantry for food until your next paycheck. Is that situation very familiar, or is that familiar to you? It may not be you, but probably somebody that you know. So that's a not so ideal scenario, but I bet you a lot of us knows that situation. So, well, if that's you, I'm gonna tell you, you're not alone. A lot of people, or maybe majority of people, are feeling that way as well, or in that same situation. In fact, statistics says 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And now inflation is jacking up prices. And again, of course, the value of your dollar money is, it's just going less and less and less, and it's just making it very difficult to make ends meet, But look at this. There is hope naman, and I actually mean it. There's actually hope in it. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. How not to run out of money. Woo! Napaganda naman nito, no? So, but let's see this. What to do if you're running out of money first? Okay, so you might think all you need to do is to make more money. And that's always something at the back burner, at the back of our head, that the only way to get out of money problem is just to make more money. It doesn't work like that, The truth is, it will never matter how big your money or your paycheck is if you're always spending it on your past. What do you mean by this? You earn it today to pay what you owe yesterday. These are your debts. So you may have a big paycheck today, but that's actually geared towards something that you need to pay on your past debt. Or maybe the other thing is, if you do not have any plan but spending. So don't put a temporary bandage of more cash on the problem. The truth is, it's never about how much you earn. It's actually how much you spend and keep on spending. You really have to find the true solution. And then you have to stop the cycle of running out of money. You have to. And it has to stop yesterday. It has to stop yesterday. What do I mean by this? You want to not see yourself always running out of money. The simple game, the simple rule of the game is you might want to see yourself always ahead of your finances. So maybe the first thing that you need to do is to review your spending. Honest truth, you have to review your spending. It's time to get serious, to take this is what you need to do. You take an inventory of your money. Where is your money going? Sometimes, I just earned this much amount of money last week and then I don't know where it went. Does it sound familiar? Again, you're not alone. There's other people who are in that same situation, but you have to stop being in that situation. Again, you have to what? Take an inventory of your money. Go ahead, go back to your bank account, and I'm telling you this one, I do it every year, and I think I mentioned this one to you in the beginning of the year. What I do, I only have one bank account, right? Where my money comes in and where money goes out, So I can easily look at it, where my money went the whole year. You try to pull up your transaction and look at your expenses, whether it's big and small, and where is your money actually going each month. Sometimes what I do, when in the first, in my initial trying out of that, looking at my transactions every year, and it actually surprised me. What? This is how much I spend in a restaurant in a year. This is how much my gasoline in a year. And I bet you guys, if you do this literally, you will be surprised. There will be some amount of expenses there that you didn't even know that you actually did. It's not that somebody scammed you, right? But what I'm trying to say is, you just don't, I did this. I spent this much on this. So now by looking at it, you will actually see patterns in your spending. You would see where your money goes to, what, and how much, etc. No matter what you find in that reviewing of your transaction, it is important to dig deeper into it. So that's exactly what you would want to see yourself. You have to look. Oh, by the way, by looking at it, you will be asking yourself, wow, is this the purchase a need or a want? If it's a need, like, your utility or your rent, well, that's definitely a different story. But if it's a want, like a restaurant delivery or a random movie rental, come on, guys, we do it. I do it. Sometimes I just sit on my couch and turn on my television. What if I just watch this one? And you already had just an expense that you didn't actually plan, So that's actually something that, got to change. And of course, you have to acknowledge to yourself that those things, the wants that, that's keeping you, just spending just the way you are spending right now, you have to acknowledge it that, hey, this got to change. Remember, guys, you're running out of money. So you can't keep spending like you have been. But as you make these changes that I'm telling you right now, you'll start feeling something that you haven't felt it in a long time. What is it? Peace of mind. There you go. In fact, one of the most stressful thing in the world is thinking about money. Where will I get the money that I need to spend next month? And trust me, guys, it's worth it if you do this step. Of course, we talked about budget. We've been talking about budget too many times in this show. But it is the reason why you were talking about budget too many times in this show, because you have to do your budget. You have to create a budget. So you look at where your money is going. Now you need to make a plan. And that's what you call budgeting. You'll do this by creating a zero-based budget, which is when your income minus expenses equals zero. That's what it means by zero-based budget, where your income minus your expenses equals zero. This is a type of budget that puts you back in the driver's seat as you tell as you actually tell every single dollar where to go, because it's budgeted. This has to go here, this has to go there, not anywhere. So this is one of the few times in your life where seeing that zero is actually a good thing. So again, I'm going to teach you that strategy of budgeting. You call it zero-based budget. So what does it mean? Your income minus expenses is zero. Now you will be technically putting every cent, every dollar to where it should go. And you have to put a lot of discipline, by the way, guys, on putting it there. Oh, this budget is for this, but tomorrow is going to be my salary anywhere. So I just might as well spend it today for other things. Nope. We have to put a lot of discipline there. When you're used to running out of money, this is the key, guys. Oh no, this is something that you will want to think of. If you are so used of running out of money, when you look at your bank account that there's money, as if that you hate that there's money there. You want to spend it immediately. You'll find reason why you want to spend it. And guys, that's just the way it is, right? Because you're so used of running out of money. You need now the confidence of knowing you're not wasting a single dollar. The word there is confidence. Well, it's just the way it is. You have to have that confidence now, that knowing you're not wasting a single dollar. That's why this is the best budgeting method out there, because zero is a good thing. Well, of course, again, I always tell everybody, go to people who are professionals that can talk to you about how to do budgeting. And I'm telling you, it's all worth it. But when you're setting up that budget, what comes first in your mind? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. Pay your most important bills first. So you have to ask yourself, which bills do I have to pay first? When you're running out of money and you've got more bills than therefore you know what to do with it. So you have to maybe for me, I like in finance, I like, gamification. I gamify it. I have fun with money. I play it. So in this case, you want to pay your most important bills. Maybe you have to put in your mind, like you're playing some favorites. Which bills should be my favorite? So that's just me. I'm just putting a mindset out there, guys. So you set aside those sternly worded letters from the credit card company. Never mind those things, guys. So, or debt collectors, that's what it is, right, guys? So you're not getting paid yet. Somebody's knocking at your door. Hey, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, So again, you have to make sure that you play favorites. Which are the most important bills that I have to pay first? Or maybe you can look at the basic necessities, if you would want to put it that way. You want to pay this first, and according to the importance, right? Food, utilities, or shelter, or your transportation. I think this 4 is enough for you to already tell yourself, yeah, these 4 are the most important things that I have to put aside first. So that's what it means. So after you got I call this, by the way, those 4, you may call it the 4 walls, that actually will put a boundary where your money is. Just imagine like that. This money is for food, utility, shelter, transportation. And then you can now start spending what's left to cover your other payments. So whatever, of course, you have to secure that first. And then the other payments, it could be your credit card or other pressing bills out there, right? So what should you do now when I can't pay my bills? Well, I'm telling you, that question is very familiar to a lot of people, and it's rough and it's tough. We don't make light out of that. You're probably feeling all these anxieties. Again, I mentioned about stress a while ago. It's rising up to your head. So what you do, take a pause, take a deep breath. If you can't pay your bills because of whatever, inflation, or you lost your job, I'm telling you, it's okay. It's going to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. Well, again, I think you have to you give that into, psychologize yourself, right? It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's there already. Now, after taking care of your family, if you don't have any more money to send to Mr. MasterCard or to Mrs. Sally Mae or whoever, it's not the end of the world. And even your bills go to collections, you still have time to pay them. Remember, guys, no matter what the creditor might say, don't let them bully you. But it's just the way it is. You owe it. Somebody has to get that money from you. But then again, don't put it into your head. Definitely that's their job, to bully you into believing that paying their bill is more important than putting food on the table. It's just the way it is, guys. But you have to, I think this is a scenario now that you have to become creative. Once you've done on the money inventory that I was talking to you about, where your money's going to go, where, right? So remember the zero-based budget. Now it's time to cut spending and bring in more money. It's just the way it is, guys. So find ways, what I'm trying to say here now is find ways to cut spending. Remember, the patterns you found in your monthly bank statement a while ago, I was telling you to pull your transactions and look where your expenses are going to, whether it was your daily, drive-through coffee. Right? That's actually a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you, may it be that coffee that you go drive through every morning, or those things that you buy extras in the grocery store, or those little, remember guys, I'm just gonna buy this little stuff in Amazon. Before you knew it, you're punching that buy cart, right, for $100 already out of the budget. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is it's time to press a pause on this spending habits until you get ahead with your income again. That's the goal I mentioned a while ago. The goal is to gamify this, and you want to get ahead of your finances. Well, one thing maybe that can help you, this is very easy. We Filipinos, we're good at this one. We call it baon. You bring baon to your workplace. Eat meals at home maybe. That's the other thing. Eating out is easy and very, tasty as well. But if you cannot pay your bills, guys, maybe you have to think about it twice before you even spend money in a restaurant. I know it's we always say it, this is just once anyway, every month. But that once every month can probably get you out of your situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you here, right? The only time that you should see the inside of a restaurant is if you're working there. That's the rule. If you would want to really go ahead or get ahead of your finances, eat meals at home first, just for the meantime, until you get ahead. Remember, we're gamifying it, right? Seriously, you want to have a meal plan. Enrico, it's only $5. Yeah, $5 that you could have saved. That's the whole idea about this one. Buy groceries, cook the food, and eat your meal at home. I'm telling you, that $10 that you buy maybe in McDonald's just for yourself, well, that's two chicken already in Walmart, and it can feed about 2 meals already in a day for $10. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So before you even think about going to a restaurant, maybe that's something to consider. You'll save hundreds on food each month if you get that intentional, move, just because you would want to change your financial circumstances. No one is too good to use coupons, but maybe it's time for us to look at those options as well. A $5 coupon is actually a $5 saving. Instead of that coming from your bank account, now that coupon's got to pay for it. See? So there's no shame. I'm going to tell you this one, guys. There's no shame in clipping coupons and shopping at the clearances aisles. There's nothing shame there, guys. Right? So in fact, it's actually, again, for me, you can gamify it. How many coupons did I get for this month? Oh, I have got $200 worth of coupon. That's my saving this month. See, if you really are intentional of getting ahead of a financial game, that's something that, that could be a tool for you to do it. Gamify it. Make something out of it that there's for me, there's a sense of pride that comes from saving money for your family. I think that's how you'd see it to gamify it. And another thing funny that I'll try to mention this right now. You might want to review your subscriptions. You'll be surprised. Look at if you're using an iPhone right now, you could actually see subscription that you never thought you subscribed into. Start canceling those. And $5 here, $10 there could be a $30 a month already that you could save. So, and again, guys, it's not just you. We all do it. And of course, we hear of a great new show everyone's talking about at work, or a new app that everybody's talking about. A new, what do you call this? A fasting app that you pay $1 every month, and then we sign up for those, or it can be some streaming devices or services that you can. That you catch along the way. And then another one, because of course all the popular applications, phone application or shows, it's not just these are different platforms that you can see yourself into. Before you knew it, you have a $200 subscription fees already that you never thought that you actually have. So when you try to review, again, let's go back to the wants and needs a while ago. Is this really something that you want, or is this something that you really need? Hopefully, and I pray right now that you notice if there were if this is really a want and a need, especially on the subscription that I was trying to talk to you guys about. This is something that you have to cut, and you should have cut it yesterday. Maybe if your fingers are really itchy to do some stuff, maybe, give it a try, but try to look at those free versions for now. Try to endure those ads like YouTube. If you're not really subscribing to YouTube, there's going to be a lot of ads there. That's okay. Just endure those for now. When it comes to cutting extra spending, again, I mentioned this, you will need discipline to this, but you have to subscribe to the discipline, and you have to be intentional to the requirement of getting ahead financially. Maybe for me, I would probably tell you, for it to be effective, for all these things that I'm telling you right now to be effective, maybe you will want to have maybe an accountability partner. That you can, a trusted one, of course. It could be your spouse if you're married. It could be your girlfriend or whoever that you trust, and start having monthly budget meetings together. I'm not kidding, guys. Budgeting is like business. You treat it because that's your hard-earned money right there, and you don't want that money to go into waste, right? It just makes sense. If I ask you right now a simple question, who would want to waste money? Of course, nobody's going to say me, right? And so if that's you, if this makes sense, I will tell you, get an accountability partner. Talk a budget meeting every year, like a business. You talk about it together. And definitely you will be surprised. The partner or your partner, they can provide extra set of eyes and be able to aid you, help you, especially those things that you cannot accept that, I spend it just because. You know what I mean? So, or maybe, guys, you would want to find ways to, all of these things that I'm telling you about how to cut it, how to, etc., or other things, maybe find extra way on how to make money. You may be working 8 hours a day to make, $1,000 maybe. Let's just say it's $200 a day, right? So now, if you're working 8 hours a day, this is just always how I put it into an analogy whenever I talk to my to my clients, right? If you work 8 hours a day, add 2 more hours every day. That's an extra day in 5 days. Think about that. Okay, so if you work 8 hours a day for 5 days, add 2 more hours a day. That's actually a 6 day work in 5 days. So if you're working for $1,000 a week, well, maybe you can earn now $1,200 because of that extra day. There's a lot of ways. Deliver food. If you deliver food, you've got, as long as you got a valid driver's license, you got a working car, or sometimes a bicycle. Good luck. But, as long as it's a working car, and then you have some extra time on you. I was telling you about 2 hours. You might want to deliver food. And, well, look at this. That can actually add to make extra money for you, or if you like to grocery shop, you can earn money doing it for someone else. See, they can actually, you can shop groceries for someone else, and you can just Google. There's a lot of what I call this, reference or resources out there that can point you to the type of a side hustle, if I may use that. Or maybe a glorified mailman. I want to make use of that word, right? Everybody loves a good mail day. But even more than that, we all love a good Amazon delivery day. You can use Amazon, you can be a mailman for them. And, again, gamify it. If there's something that you don't like, maybe inspire yourself delivering all of this stuff to people and give a smile on their faces because they just got mail, something like that, right? You have to be creative, guys. Do you have any just to add more income, or do you have any skills in graphic design or singing or writing or what have you? There's an app there that's looking for different skill sets, internationally even. Okay, and look at this site that will connect you with lots of creative opportunities that you can actually just make money out of. These are some of the things that you would want to look at in making more money. Now you can tell yourself, I will never run out of money as long as I am creative. Walk the dog. In New York, that's a thing. You have a flexible schedule and you enjoy being outside. You might want to look into becoming a dog walker. Hey, every dollar counts. Coupon counts. Every little work counts as long as you earn something in return, right? So there's an app there too. You can just Google, what are this that will allow me to make more money by walking dogs, right? So that's another thing. Or you might want to sell stuff. I bet you, look at your house, something that you're not using that you can actually sell. An old-fashioned yard sale could raise cash, that can actually add to pay for your bills. If you don't want to spend a Saturday haggling over prices, oh well, you can do it online too. There's a Facebook, marketplace. I remember that. Or I don't know if you're a fan of eBay or what have you. There's a lot there that you can use to sell stuff. Guys, if you're running out of money, I'm telling you right now, these tips will definitely help you as long as you get all those savings and all that extra income where? Into the budget. Now, we were talking about, I need to budget, but if you don't have money, you cannot budget. Now I gave you some ways on how not to run out of money. Now, once you have this money, you go back to the basics again. Go and look for that budget. Arrange your money according to the budget. Don't let $1 from your hard work, and I bet you guys, you sacrifice for this one, all right? Get wasted by anything. Just, okay, I spend it here, I spend it there. I don't even know why, So, again, you don't have to live in your current situation. You can always improve that. With too much month left at the end of your money, you can get out of this what you call the cycle of running out of money. Guys, we know this. You know this. And I tell you, you got this. Mga kaibigan, again, nandito na naman po tayo sa another episode ng In My Toolbox. At hanggang sa susunod na, of course, the episode. My name again is Enrico. Good night!